Previously on Pocket Survival.
What kind of freaks am I stuck on this forsaken tribe with?
We could have been allies, but it looks like even that is off the table for Thatcher.
I think I'd like to see where this goes.
When the topic arrives to Matthias, she laughs, remarking about him trying to pull her aside and make some crappy Final 2 deal with her earlier that day. Matthias pulls Nelly aside and talks to her about working together, making a Final 2 deal.
He's trying to strike Final 2 deals with everyone on the tribe at this point. Like, what the hell is that?
Rodon wins immunity again. Savar wins immunity again. We will be seeing Eirai at Tribal Council.
This tribe is filled with a bunch of no-name nothings, and all of them are against me right now.
I'd really rather Muffin just go, but Burger won't hear otherwise. Maybe he doesn't need to be involved?
As his closest friend, I will guide him onto the right path, and together we will unleash the great drought upon this world, with Gastrodon on our side.
Just like the old hag before him, the fake battler's gotta go! Tonight's vote is in the bag! Stick to the fucking plan, dipshits!
Andy, I'm coming for you next! Be ready!
Second Pokemon voted out. Pocket Survival, Island of the Beasts. Dexheart. The tribe has spoken. Before we get into it, another big shout to all the VAs. Everyone put in a lot of hard work. They did an amazing job bringing these characters to life. It's time for episode 3. Here's what remains of the Eirai Tribe. There is a very noticeable Dexheart-sized gap on this tribe. Very noticeable. Savar is still completely intact. Rodon is still completely intact. Is Eirai on their way to becoming the second Pugenga? As we are in Tonight 5. Andy is upset after having voted out Dexheart, who still believes it was his fault that Gam went home in the first place. Summer tries to console him, and Shadow remarks that the past is in the past. Things are going to start getting shaky in the game, especially if they lose again. The three of them should agree to work together if they go to Tribal Council again. Andy and Summer both agree to the alliance. Guys, alliance.
I've, let Burger get away with a lot. It's clear now that he's not a very positive influence on the tribe. So he should go out next. I'm in the majority now, and we will make it very far together, without Burger dragging us down to his, depths.
Muffin has a bit of a meltdown back at camp after hoping that maybe, just maybe, she would go home, considering she was one of the targets. But it didn't happen, and Muffin is really annoyed about it.
Why am I still here? Ugh! I should have been voted out by now. Taken out back and put to rest. Moved to the farm upstate. Yeah, I better be voted the next tribal council I go to, or I'm gonna cry. I just want to be voted out.
Day 6, it's raining, guys. Reward challenge. Rodon Savar getting your first look at the new Eirai Tribe. Dexheart voted out at the last tribal council.
Whoa, they took out Dexheart? Damn, he's one of my favorite battlers. I was hoping to meet him.
Was he not their strongest member? What's going wrong over there?
What's going wrong over there? Let's get to today's reward challenge. Triangle formation. Each tribe will send a player one at a time through an obstacle course while carrying puzzle pieces of varying sizes. If they drop their puzzle piece or fail an obstacle, they must go back and restart the course. Only once one tribe member reaches the mat at the end of the course can another tribe member proceed. This continues until all 5 tribe members have raced through the obstacle course with their puzzle pieces. At that point, they use the 5 puzzle pieces they brought through the course alongside another 20 to complete a large triangular puzzle. First tribe to finish wins reward in the form of comfort, a tarp, blanket, pillows, even chairs. No food. Sorry, Goliath, no food. Second tribe to finish, not as much, still gets the tarp for their camp. Worth playing for?
Yeah! Let's go!
Before we start the challenge, Rodon, Savar, you both have to sit 2 players out of this challenge. Cannot be the same players in back-to-back challenges. Who's it gonna be?
Myself and Hayden will be sitting out for Rodon.
Of course, okay. Fair.
Obstacle courses aren't really my thing, so I will sit out with Bloom for Savar.
Alright. Sounds good enough. Alright, Katrina and Hayden out for Rodon. Diana and Bloom out for Savar. Let's get this challenge underway. And after a grueling battle, challenge, Eirai! Whoa! First! They win their first place! They take home the majority of comfort items. And Savar also wins reward. They take home the tarp for their camp. Rodon leaves with nothing. That's crazy, but this was only a reward challenge. This was not immunity. Keep that in mind. Only reward. No one at threat of elimination for losing this challenge.
Sky see Amber give up a challenge! Amber walked to bring puzzle piece! Amber not care! Sky not like that!
The Eirai Tribe celebrates winning their first challenge, especially such a great reward. They put the tarp, blankets, and pillows to use right away, setting them up in the shelter to help them dry off. When there's a bit of a break in the rain, they set up the chairs. They're all very happy to have won.
Fuck yeah! That'll show you that's hot. Job, squad, eh? We won our first challenge without your sorry ass. Pfft, maybe that big elf was dragging us down all along. Whatever. It was not all that awesome for me. The rain itself is fucking peak after all. But some of the other wimps on the tribe like it, so at least it ain't going to waste. What matters is we kicked ass.
When there's a break in the rain for the day, Summer and Andy go out to collect some fruit for the tribe, getting sick of eating only rice. While they're out there, Summer continues to try and charm Andy, which seems to be working.
In Groudon's names, the Magma Truthers may have a new ally yet. Andy is very receptive to my words. Soon I will have to pull out the big guns and explain the cause. But Andy has been so positive about everything. I think he would join without a second thought. Then, after I win, we will use the money to find Groudon and unleash the Great Drought.
The tribe is satisfied with the lesser version of the reward. Rain and Bo setting the tarp up on the shelters, so anyone that wants to try and dry off can do so. The rain has been worse than the first few seasons after all.
The tarp is a game changer for us. The rain was starting to become an issue for some of us, mainly Goliath, Diana, and myself. It's always so wet around here, but with this tarp, there's always somewhere to escape to, so that's great.
Matthias approaches Bo alone at camp and asks to talk with her. Oh, what could this be about? He talks up how strong and fearless she is and that he wants to work with her because of that. He wants a final 2 deal. Whoa! Final 2 deal from Matthias? That's a crazy offer. Bruh, Bo would be a fool not to accept that. Bo is clearly annoyed, responding by simply calling the others back to camp. With everyone gathered, Bo openly demands to know who Matthias tried to make a final 2 deal with. And everyone confirms Matthias approached them. That realization upsets many tribe members.
This blows. I just wanted to get some allies, maybe make an alliance like everyone else, but no! Everyone has to find out and get angry at me 'cause of Bo. Can't I just have nice things? I just wanted an easy path to the end, but instead, Bo's gotta blow everything up. She's just like father, oppressing me for wanting the easy way out. I hate her!
Sky's mad at Amber for basically giving up on the challenge once Eirai had won the first reward, since they were still in the running for the lesser reward. Amber barks back they absolutely weren't in the running and had zero chance of beating Savar. She wanted to conserve her energy. The two argue for a while at camp.
The audacity of that loudmouth to question me of all mons on this tribe is unreal. We were entirely out of that challenge, so I wanted to conserve my energy to help around camp. Do you know how hard it is to be this beautiful? Especially with the rain soaking my fur. It's devastating.
Thatcher pulls Hayden aside to ask what he thinks of some of the other tribe members. Hayden answers pretty honestly. Thatcher uses the information to propose a majority alliance on this tribe. The two of them, Comp and Amber, so they can have the votes if they go to tribal. Hayden agrees to the idea.
Let the record show that I am not forming a partnership with Amber of my own volition. I require a group that holds the majority of voting power in the event of being defeated in an immunity challenge, and having to vote a member from the Rodon tribe out of this game. I allowed the choice to come down to Hayden to foster goodwill, yet he has come to be far closer involved with Amber than I had foreseen happening. We were not successful in capturing the reward, which tells me that we could see ourselves sitting at tribal council any given night. This is only a temporary circumstance. When, not if, when I am given the chance, I will make sure that Ninetails does not see the sunrise on Rodon Beach. Unfortunately, that will not be the case the first time we visit tribal council.
Day 7. Ooh, it's a heat wave today, gang. It's extra hot today. And it's also an immunity challenge. Let's get to today's immunity challenge. Catch of the day. Players must scale a large net one at a time to collect sandbags tied throughout the net. Once a tribe has collected all 10 of their sandbags, they must then take turns tossing them at various targets, knocking them down in the process. First tribe to knock down all of their targets wins immunity. No one going home tonight. Losers will go to tribal council where someone will be the third Pokemon voted out of this game. Before we start the challenge, Rodon, Savar, you both have to sit 2 players out of this challenge. Cannot be the same players in back-to-back challenges. Who's it gonna be?
The tribe wants Amber and I to sit out for Rodon.
Nelly and I will sit out for Savar, but we're gonna cheer them on like you wouldn't believe.
Alright, Conf and Amber out for Rodon, Goliath and Ellie out for Savar. Let's get this challenge underway. And after a grueling challenge, Eirai wins immunity. Guaranteed we are getting a new tribe at tribal council tonight. Holy shit. Who else wins immunity? Who's going to tribal council? Let's find out. Rodon wins immunity. Savar will be going to tribal council and voting someone off of their tribe and out of this game. Alright, one last thing before I send you off, because there was more on the line in this challenge than you were originally led to believe. Eirai, the first tribe to win immunity, you will get to choose one of your members, and they will go back to Savar's camp for the day. Whoa! They will also join Savar at tribal council, but cannot be voted out and cannot cast a vote. They can interact with the tribe however they wish. Oh shit, it's like a reconnaissance mission. Okay. Whether they want to be a passive spectator or actively engage in the strategy of the vote, entirely up to them. But they are safe. So who's it going to be?
I will go.
It's going to be Shadow. Alright, Shadow from Eirai. You will be going back to Savar's camp and joining the Tribal Council tonight.
Wow, this is an interesting twist. I thought I would get to relax tonight, but I, guess not. Even when we win, I have to go to Tribal. But, at least I'm safe. Gotta look at the positives. Maybe I can find out some important, information about Savar.
Eirai Tribe. Muffin is ready to throw a big tantrum upon getting back to camp victorious. But Burger shouts that they'll fucking vote her out the next time they go to Tribal Council if she'll just shut the fuck up until they get there. Muffin immediately goes quiet.
Finally! A break from all our yapping! It's getting so fucking annoying hearing her ramble on about wanting to go home. Just shut up! Got a few days of peace from her mouth at least. Maybe now we can get some damn sleep without her waking us up trying to throw a target on herself. The fucking loser.
Andy and Summer talk some more on the beach, and Summer asks if Andy likes her. Andy admits that she does, which gets Summer excited, but that excitement shifts into confusion when Andy says that his girlfriend might like her too, and that she's an awesome friend.
So, Andy has a lover back home. You think you know a guy. I thought we were connecting a little more than a friend, but I'll take it. His mind is still moldable enough to get on the side of the great Groudon. Perhaps his girlfriend takes after him. That would be 2 new Magma Truthers as opposed to 1.
Katrina's alone at camp, fumbling around with something, rambling about how some mons are just too dumb to play this game smart, even including everyone that's played before her, since they've never thought of this sneaky trick. Using beads and trinkets found throughout the camp and the tribe torches, she sulks off alone and plants a fake idol in some bushes at camp.
Let it be known, darlings, that I am a schemer. I am not above playing dirty, not unlike my performance competitors. This is the 3rd season of Pocket Survival, yet to this point, no one has conceived the idea of creating a fake idol. We're aware they're out there after all, and we know generally what they look like. I think my fake looks rather nice. The only issue is it lacking the papers. But if someone gullible enough were to find it, that shouldn't matter, should it?
Amber, Hayden, Thatcher, and Comp are brought together by the watering hole. There, Thatcher and Hayden pitch the majority alliance to Amber and Comp. Both accept, though Comp showed some reluctance. Amber makes a jab at Thatcher about how he suddenly wants to work with her, and Thatcher just grumbles about circumstances requiring it.
I'm not too sure how trusting I can be of this alliance. Amber's been shady since day 1. Thatcher oozes scum and self-importance, and the only mon I don't have an issue with is Hayden. Plus, I like being around Steel. I don't want to be put in a position maybe having to vote him out. Here's to hoping we can luck out and win for the time being, and that there's no twist business.
After getting back from the challenge, everyone comes together right in front of Shadow and Matthias, agreeing on a united front to vote Matthias out of the game tonight. Matthias is seemingly caught off guard, demanding to know why. Only for Bo to respond regarding Matthias lying to everyone to curry favor, making final 2 deals with everyone, which didn't work. And Shadow just watches awkwardly. He's like, oh.
Oh my. This actually isn't very different from my own tribe's first few tribals. A mostly united front, yet even then, there doesn't appear to be much wiggle room. Matthias will have to work his ass off if he wants to turn this around, I think.
Matthias approaches Rain and Goliath, who are working to fortify the shelter, and tries to nonchalantly slide in to suggest they plan a blindside tonight, something to really shake this game up. Rain and Goliath both tell him to cut the bullshit and that he's going out.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances. At a glance, Matthias was a good ally, but when you look beyond the surface, he's nothing more than a double-dealing schemer.
The rest of the tribe doesn't want him, so it has to be this way. A united vote. If we can avoid Tribal Council until the merge, then we can rule this game Savar strong.
Matthias next approaches Bloom and Nelly, gathering wood for the fire. He asks if they'd like to shake things up and pull off a move at tonight's tribal. But alike Rain and Goliath, Nelly and Bloom deny the request. Bloom even insists that Matthias is the only boot that makes sense tonight. Oh shit.
There's a lot I can withstand, but being made a fool is not one of them. It's happened in my life a few times before. Getting me framed for cheating on a test, some parents lying that I hit their kids while babysitting them, and getting me grounded. It hurts. I feel like shit when I'm made the fool. But I wasn't the only one. Everyone was made the fool by Matthias. So he has to go. It's only right.
Matthias approaches Bo and Diana next. The duo resting on the Tribe's beach. Matthias doesn't even get a word out before Bo insists again that he is going home. And there's nothing he can do to change that. Diana even proceeds to mock Matthias, and the two laugh about it. Matthias is clearly steaming.
Talk about pathetic! Like, you know you're going home. You know it's because of you. Just sit back and take it. No one wants to work with you, dummy. You've burned every bridge a week into the game. They say I'm the hot mess. That's hilarious.
Fed up with anyone and everyone on the tribe continuing to turn him down, Matthias loudly proclaims in camp that it doesn't matter that no one wants to work with him. He's gonna go find an idol, and no one will be able to do anything when he plays it and keeps himself safe tonight. Then he rushes out into the forest around camp, searching for the idol just as he said he would.
This tribe sucks! They aren't giving me a chance, just like Father never gave me a chance. But I'll show them. I'll show them all when I roll up with an idol and take down whoever I want. That'll show them.
Holy shit, he might have found it. The first hidden immunity idol of the season has been found. The tribe gathers their belongings and leaves for tribal council. Oh shit.
I'm very intrigued to see how tonight goes. It feels nice, seeing all this scrambling but not having to be involved in any way. Back those last few times we went to tribal, I was stressing. But now I'm going to tribal completely relaxed. If Matthias somehow gets out of this, then he'd be a good mon to try and flip onto my side. It's, not like he'd have any other viable choice in this game.
Savar Tribe, behind you are a set of torches. Grab your torch, step into the flame, get fire, yada yada yada. This is part of the ritual of Tribal Council. Fire represents your life in this game. If your fire is gone, so are you. Well, Savar, it seems your luck staying away from Tribal Council has finally run out. So here we are. Bloom, what's the thought process coming in after 7 days and finally now having to vote someone out?
We weren't prepared for it. I mean, with me, Bo, and Rain, I figured we were gonna steamroll the competition. But I guess everyone has to go to the Tribal Council at some point.
Yeah, you just go ahead and sneak your name in with the strong ones, girl. You do you.
Oh, don't do it like that. She's pretty strong for a Sunkern.
That's a good point, Bloom. Everyone has to go to Tribal Council eventually. Nelly, there must be some benefit to going to tribal earlier rather than later.
Having to vote someone out sucks, host. It really does. If the Matthias situation didn't happen, this would have been a really hard tribal. So thank Arceus for that.
The Matthias situation? Bo, care to elaborate on that?
Oh, hell yeah, I would. See, for the first few days, everyone was getting real comfortable with Matty. A bit too comfortable. I happened to be in the right place, at the right time, and found out he'd been making Final 2 deals with everyone! And no, I'm not just exaggerating. I really do mean everyone! Then he had the balls to come and ask me! and I expose the freak.
I'm not a freak.
So if I'm hearing this right, Matthias was exposed for approaching all of you, each and every one, and making individual final 2 deals? Diana, is that right?
That little dummy really went and tried to play everyone. Of course, I didn't fall for his BS the first time. I said no, but everyone else was pissed when they found out. The fireworks really went off.
Well, I don't think it was that bad.
Guys, so far I've heard nearly half of your tribe talk about the situation in a pretty negative light. What about you? What's your side of the story?
I needed allies, so I went and got some allies. Seriously, it's not that big of a deal. Nobody takes final 2 deals in this game seriously anyway. They get betrayed all the time. Plus, it's a final 3, not a final 2. I don't know why everyone's freaking out. Whatever, that doesn't matter. I have an idol anyway, so I'm not leaving.
Sure you do.
Right, and my father is Dialga.
It wouldn't be the earliest an idol has been played on Pocket Survival, but by the sounds of it, you do find yourself in a similar situation and position as that player. Goliath, what do you think? Is he telling the truth?
I don't know, man. I mean, he wasn't out there looking very long, and I don't think he could find it, but you never know. I'm kinda outside this whole ordeal, so even if he plays an idol, he wouldn't take me out. He'd idol Bo or someone else that's really against him out.
Jeez, just tell it like it is, huh?
Great, I heard you've taken a bit of a leadership position on this tribe. If that's the case, what does this whole Matthias situation mean?
It means the tribe is united. Against one of our own, yes, but united for sure. Seeing everyone in a tribe on the same page is rare in Pocket Survival, so knowing we all click early on breeds hope that we will continue to click deeper into this game.
Well, before we get to the vote, Shadow, our guest from Eirai. You've been visiting Savar all day and have sat in this entire tribal council. What does all this new information mean to you?
Well, it tells me that Savar is pretty united and, may be hard to work with down the line. That's how it appears, at least. I've seen a few cracks that I'm, sure no one else has noticed.
Cracks? What cracks?
Oh, there'll be cracks when I play my idol, alright.
So, the outsider seems to have spotted some cracks in a seemingly tight-knit group. Interesting to see. Let's see if those cracks come into play. It is time to vote Diana. You're up first.
You could have been a strong ally, Matthias, but you just had to play deceitfully. Nothing else can be done.
You're gonna get your 2-timing ass out of my tribe and be gone for good. Peace.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it now, would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Matthias. That's 1 vote, Matthias. Bloom. That's 1 vote, Matthias. 1 vote, Bloom. Matthias. That's 2 votes, Matthias. 1 vote, Bloom. Matthias. That's 3 votes, Matthias. 1 vote, Bloom. Third Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival, Island of the Beasts. Matthias. It's 4 votes, that's enough. You're gonna have to bring me your torch.
Screw you all! I hope you enjoy starving and suffering on this unbearable island. You all are doing me a favor.
Matthias the third. The tribe has spoken. time for you to go. A united front for your first vote. Good to see for tribe morale. Horrible if you have to go to tribal council again. Grab your torches, head back to camp. Shadow, you'll be returning to the Eirai camp. Night.
Whatever. I didn't want to be out here anyway. It's too dry for my tastes. And there isn't enough food. They can suffer all they want. $1 million isn't worth another month of that torture.
A united front sends Matthias out of the game.